Hello gamers, I'm Meinos Kaen and this is Gameology 88, where I talk about all things video game industry. Today I would like to give Sony an answer.
I was taking a break from recording footage for my next video. If you follow my Facebook, you may even already have a hint about what game when I chanced upon this article on Kotaku.com. In an interview with Eurogamer, Sony CEO Yoshida Shuhei, Japanese bitch last name before first name, has declared himself worried about the future of the PlayStation brand. He's of course happy about reaching the 10 million units, outselling the competition 3-1, but the thing is, back at Sony, they don't fully understand what the hell's going on. Who's buying all these PS4s? Why are they buying it? What kind of demographic are they? This worries him because, quote unquote, you need to understand why your products are selling well to plan for the future.
I thought I'd try and give Yoshida-san an answer. Before focusing on the why, let's see about the who, and PC gamers, a forewarning, this is about consoles only, okay?
If we have to cook up all the PS4 owners out there into one big tasty stew, we have to split them up by flavors. The first are, of course, the loyalists, otherwise known as fanboys. You know they're out there, the ones who believe a company can do no wrong and will defend it to their death even in the face of actual evidence to the contrary. They of course would buy a PS4 just like the brand users would. This is a group that, while not as crazy as the fanboys, are still tied to the brand by a shared history and exclusive games.
I guess I'm in that group too. I have all the PlayStation consoles and I bought the PS4 in November because I wanted to play Infamous Second Son as soon as possible.
Then we have the first-time users. That's a group that I see as the ones who, for the first time in their lives, buy a console with their own money and have to make an actual choice, an informed decision. For the why, there's a number of reasons. Technically, the PS4 is the most powerful of the three consoles, then there is peer pressure. If your buddies are all buying that one console, maybe to play that one game, you buy that too. This is going to be a pretty powerful force come September, since Destiny is coming out. The PS4 has tied itself to this brand since last year. Even if it's multi-platform, most people think PS4 when they think Bungie's new IP. Then, credit where credit is due, PlayStation Plus is the better subscription service. If I really need to spend $50 a year for playing online, at least let me get free games, discounts and other stuff too. Finally, the price. Until last month, while being the more powerful machine, the PS4 was $100 cheaper than the Xbox One and only $50 more pricey than a Wii U. And let's be honest, other than being less powerful, the Wii U suffers from being once again based around a gimmick and being created with the foremost purpose of being a Nintendo console for first and second party games. The Nintendo consoles have always been marketed towards children first. Once those children grow up, they want more variety and they can't find that with Nintendo.
Now though, this is where it gets mysterious, but this is the part that confused the guys at Sony the most. It's not about why people are buying PS4s, the real question is why are people not buying Xbox Ones?
Passing over parents buying consoles for their children, the ones who need want to have all available consoles, the last slice left is people who changed factions. The ones who were with Microsoft but now are with Sony, for good or until the Xbox One's price drops. The fact is, they choose Sony over Microsoft. Why is that happening? First, there are those who had no other choice. Sony, you made the PS4 available in 48 nations by December of 2013. Microsoft failed to go past 13 by the same month. But again, for those 13 markets that had both consoles available, what is it that made people choose the PS4? What still makes them choose the PS4?
Well, personally, I think it all goes back to that magic summer of 2013, where Microsoft did everything wrong and you, Sony, did everything normal.
We all remember the rage, the outrage, the pure unmitigated disaster that Microsoft's reveal was on the 21st of May. A console that needs to be always online, no more used games, mandatory installations. Then, as if that wasn't enough, they invited Electronic Arts to the conference, they barely talked about games, and worst of all, that fucking Kinect. I don't know if that's clear. Microsoft tried to sell a console with a camera that needed to stay on 24/7 in a period where fucking Datagate was at its peak, when no one could look at a lens without thinking that the NSA were going to watch him masturbate. In retrospect, what did Sony do? From the point at the console itself, they did nothing special. They just left things as they should be. We shouldn't need to have 24/7 internet to play a game. We should be able to borrow games, buy used ones. We should be able to decide if we want an accessory with it or not. What Sony did right was the conference. They talked about games, they invited Bungie and that company which I don't buy stuff from anymore, and Blizzard, they brought indie games, and of course, when it came time to reveal the console itself, they orchestrated the whole thing as if they were giving their personal answer to Microsoft's bullcrap. The crowd and the internet fucking exploded that day. That's really all there is to it, Sony. Good marketing, pure and simple. You built up a lot of goodwill which transformed into a lot of positive buzz around your console on top of having the superior hardware and superior service. Which, when put side by side with Microsoft's disaster, which they tried to defend for months until they were forced to meet our demands, multiplied by 10. Microsoft became your magnifying glass.
But you're right to be nervous now, Yoshida-san, because that goodwill may have lasted a long time, but it's fading.
Microsoft took away all their bullshit from the Xbox One, including the Kinect, and not everyone is as unforgiving as me. The first experiments with PlayStation Now are not encouraging either, while not tremendously off-putting, but still, what you should do is keep your focus on games. You're winning because gamers and developers alike look at Microsoft and Nintendo and they see barriers and obstacles. With you, they see open ground and good service. Don't fuck up that perception, because the ones who haven't bought a PlayStation 4 yet are waiting for more games to come out. That's where the battle is going to be fought now. Keep on luring us in with new, interesting games and good service, and you'll keep on being ahead of the game. Microsoft's continuous fuck-ups will help, but it's mostly up to you. And what about giving the Vita a bit of love too, because it's a good console with good games, but just like for the PS4, if you won't love it, if you won't talk about it, how can you ask your customers to do it?
I mean, Entwine is out on the PS Vita too. You didn't even mention that, not even in the trailer. I mean, the community can't win over new customers for you, not alone. And give it a bundle with a PS4 already.
Hey students, did you like my video? Do you share my opinions? Do you think I'm a fraud? Just let me know in the comments or in one of my social media accounts. See you next time with my third game. It will be a blast.